everybody. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to all of you. Hello, the entirety of the human race. Good morning. It is 7 a.m. I wanted to start doing this at 5:30 a.m., but I had to sleep. That's not true. I didn't have to sleep. I never sleep. I just didn't want to get out of bed because I was comfortable. I'll be honest. So, what's going on today? Today I'm going to continue with reading on the SCP Foundation. Yesterday I tried to read through just all the 001s, but I quickly realized, well, not quickly, it took me like 2 hours, that was not for me. I wanted to stay sane. Selfish, I know, but yeah, it's kind of a no. I can't do the 001s all the way through. They're long, interesting, but long. Um, I'll get on that later, maybe. But yeah, let's just jump right into continuing on where we left off, where I left off, because I think I'm alone here. All right, let's go. So, okay, how do I even start pronouncing that? Djoric Dmatix proposal. Item number SCP-001. Object class humanoid. Threat level green, circumstantial red. I have no idea what that is. What's the threat level? Containment class. Excuse me. I had sorry. For breakfast I had uh 2 servings of grounded flaxseed, a Coke Zero, and 4 Reese's animal crackers. Because it was convenient and I really like Reese's Puffs, but I just have the crackers, which are similar. Special containment procedures. Instances of SCP-001 are to be contained within a standard human containment module. Under no circumstances are any SCP-001 to be stored at the same site, allowed to interact in any manner, or be made aware of information regarding other members of this group. Personnel assigned to any single SCP-001 subject are not to be made aware of other instances of SCP-001 or connections among them. SCP-001 subjects are not to come into direct contact with any other anomalous items outside of approved testing. Revised ... 20 ... Does that work saying dot instead of redacted? Because redacted is something else. I gotta look up how to pronounce highlighted words. 05 Special Order A1130X. In light of the events resultant in SCP-001-005's death, the use of SCP-001 subjects in the neutralization of anomalous objects is hereby prohibited. All care is to be taken to keep SCP-001 subjects alive and unharmed. Unharmed. Not unarmed. Unharmed. They get both hands. Recovery and containment of SCP-001 subjects is to be considered high priority. In the case of a death event, Ouroboros protocol is to be initiated as soon as possible. I think Ouroboros is next. I could be wrong. Which has happened before. Way too many times. And it's happened way too many times, me being wrong, which is a travesty. Description. SCP-001 is a group of 36 individuals. I'm not going to have to read about 36 individuals, am I? That's a lot of individuals. You can't be very individualistic if you're in a group of 36. Well, then again, we're billions of people. Who among us is actually even remotely special? So designated SCP-001 through SCP-001-0036. There is no apparent patterns in terms of ethnicity, gender, age, or religious affiliation amongst SCP-001 subjects. Which reminds me. Oh, well. Okay. This is the licensing citation. I don't know if I need to show that for each one, but I'm going to show that for each one. Okay, let's go back up. Did I read this part? Yes, I believe I did. I hope I did. I will find out in editing if I did. And then kick myself. Not hard because, momentum, but I'm going to make sure the toe of my shoe hits my calf on the other leg. Alright, so let's continue. SCP-001 subjects display no anomalous properties on their own. However, any anomalous item, entity, or property brought into close proximity with an SCP-001 subject will be greatly modified from its original purpose. Most often, this will result in lessening or total nullification of anomalous properties. Those properties not nullified will be changed so that as to display consistency between objects of similar properties. All these effects are instantaneous and will occur without any input from the subject. The area of these effects will expand in when multiple SCP-001 subjects are brought together, as well as the intensity of changes. Multiple SCP-001 subjects are capable of nullifying anomalous effects without being aware of the presence of said objects. Okay, so these people are kind of, they're like a whiteout for anomalous abilities. Which is interesting. But also, there's got to be a catch to it because it said don't use these to get rid of anomalous objects. So we'll see how that goes. All subjects of SCP-001 seem to be instinctively aware of information regarding SCP-001 subjects. Other SCP-001 subjects. Generally, the total number of the group and the details of between 1 and 3 individuals. This knowledge is vague, making locating uncontained subjects difficult. So it's like, tell me where the other ones are. East of the equator. Can you be more specific? More than 3 feet with upwards to the east of the equator. No, I can't be more specific. Read my document. It's vague. And it makes catching others with my input difficult. The death of an SCP-001 subject will result in the manifestation of multiple anomalous entities and phenomenon in the area. These manifestations will be of such a scope that traditional containment measures are unforeseeable. And will result in significant casualties and collateral damage. Contained SCP-001 subjects have claimed that this is the result of the deceased individual's absence letting things through, and that further events will be more severe as time progresses. Oh, good. I hope these humans are immortal. In addition, contained subjects have claimed that any deceased individuals will be replaced by a newborn bearing the appropriate properties. No such individuals have been located. Well, yeah, it's vague as to where they are. And then how do you catch these guys? Basically, the only way you can know English. I'm still waking up. Basically, the only way you can find them is if they white out an SCP object, an anomalous object. So, yeah, it's gonna be hard to find them. See document 001/EX for a list of notable modifications to items by SCP-001 subject. A full list of all nullifications may be found in document 001N. Addendum 001. Known members of SCP-001 are as follows. SCP-001-01. Jewish German. Sex, male. Age, 94. Current status contained. Notes. Currently in induced stasis to prevent death. Numerical identification code tattooed on left forearm. Aww. SCP-001-02, ethnicity Tamil, female, age 88, contained, was pregnant at the time of containment, child born without incident, currently under Foundation watch. SCP-001-03, British, female, 91, contained. Subject was British Army nurse recorded as dead in 1943. So how old is she? I wonder what. Oh, that's old. Well, then again, it says that she was recorded dead in 1943. It didn't say that she's been 91 since 1943. Okay, that makes more sense. I am less confused. Continue. Me. SCP-001-04, Han, Chinese, male, 97, contained. First subject to disclose information regarding other subjects to the Foundation. Taoist priest of the Quanzhen School. SCP-001-05, Pashtun, male, 101, deceased. Subject died in containment. See Incident Report 001-05-EX for further details. SCP-001-06, Italian, female, 39, uncontained. Originally recovered from a hostel in Budapest. Subject escaped containment 8 days later during breach at Site 90. Current whereabouts unknown. Well, damn, she must be clever to be able to escape the Foundation. Because they got their fingers in everything. SCP-001-07, Polish Argentinian, female, 52, uncontained. In possession of a GOI-16, the Horizon Initiative. I guess that's another group that I'm not aware of. I might have to do streams where I just read up on the world. SCP-001-08, Russian, male, 5, uncontained. In possession of an unknown individual or group, no family members have been located. SCP-01-09, Aboriginal Australian, female, 31, uncontained. In possession of GOI-16, the Horizon Initiative. SCP-001-10, African American, male, 28, uncontained. In possession of GOI-16, the Horizon Initiative. SCP-001-11, Nigerian, male, 45, contained. SCP-001-11's family was present during its recovery. SCP-001-11's oldest son often armed resistance to Foundation personnel despite SCP-001-11's objection and was neutralized. Remainder of family administered Class A amnestics. SCP-001-12, Arabic, female, 14, deceased. Subject was killed by members of GOI-03, the Chaos Insurgency, during their recovery effort. See Incident Report 001-012-RC-EX for further details. SCP-001-13, Korean American, female, unknown, uncontained. Actively frustrating recovery efforts. Actively frustrating. As in making it so recovery doesn't happen? I don't know. It's a weird way to put it. SCP-001-14, Navajo, male, 23, contained. Was recovered by Foundation personnel after contact had been made between the subject and SCP-1295. See document 001-EX for further details. I think I will. Eventually, I guess. Cramp. Okay. Oh, that hurt. Okay. Whew. Addendum-02. SCP-001 through 001-5 were initially recovered on dot dot dash dot dot dash 1944 in Jerusalem during investigation of supposed miracles and other anomalous events in the area by HMFCP. SCP-001-1 through SCP-001-5 were found in the care of 3 individuals classified as POI-1458, POI-1459, and POI-1460. I'm assuming POI is person of interest, but it could also be pot of ice, paramour of ignorance, or I like acronyms. Power of increase. I don't know. Said individuals possess possible ties to GOI-16, the Horizon Initiative, and may have been had a hand in its founding. The recovery effort was hindered by factional fighting within the HMF SCP. SCP-001-01 was severely injured in the resulting firefight, but was successfully stabilized and recovered along with other subjects and passed into the jurisdiction of the Preservationist faction. The individuals responsible for sheltering the SCP-001 subjects fled during the fighting and were not able to be apprehended. Interview log 001-11-02. The following interview with SCP-001-05 was recorded on unknown redacted well, 19 redacted, but you get the idea. Dr. So-and-so, you spoke last time of having specific purpose. Could you please explain? SCP-01-5. I'm here to help set things right. Dr. Redacted. Go on. SCP-01-5. The world is broken, Doctor, and my brothers and sisters and I are here to heal it. Together and prepare for the way for what is to come. The process has already been set in motion, though regrettably there have been some setbacks. Dr. Redacted. Please explain. Well, SCP-1-5. SCP-1-1. He was the one who was to gather all the rest. With him now hovering between life and death, that duty falls to us. But we know only glimpses of few others in our numbers. Is it enough? Dr. Redacted. You don't fear for his safety? SCP-1-5. Death is just another part of what is meant to be. It's nothing to fear. Dr. Redacted. An admirable view of things. How did you learn of your purpose? 1-5. I had a dream. Portent. Prophecy. Hallucination. Call it what you will. Hallucination's good. I'm going to call it hallucination. Now we'll see if the doctor will agree with me. It planted a seed in my head, an intuition you may say. It was the next day I met SCP-001-1. Can you describe the dream? Said Dr. Redacted. SCP-1-5. There was a man in rich clothing, like a king or emperor. He kept saying, "What is the tailor? Where is my tailor?" And pacing, where is the tailor? Now, what is my tailor? He already knew what a tailor was. And pacing back and forth. Each time he asked it, another voice would answer, "He is close now. He is close at hand." But he did not arrive. The man became more and more upset, and as he paced, moths came to and landed on him, and began to eat away at his clothing. Even the moths don't like his outfit. His robes began to fray and rot as more and more moths landed on him. Some even bit his skin. But then the doors opened, and there arrived not one tailor, but dozens, led by the most masterful tailor in the kingdom. The king was overjoyed, for he knew he would be saved from the moths that tried to consume him. I woke up then, and I knew he found me, and I followed him. I don't think I've ever had a dream like this. I've had a weird one where I was in like a B movie hodgepodge, but nothing ever ate my clothes. Nudity was never a problem in the dreams. Well, mine, which is good, I guess. Doctor redacted. If you'll pardon the dramatic phrasing, when all of you come together, the world will end, correct? SCP-1-5. Chuckling, because it's so damn funny. Doctor, the world has already ended. I mean, I can touch the world, it's still there. This was to be the last war. The world's time has come and gone, and it is stretching thinner by the day until there will be nothing left but the moths. So moths are immune from world ending? But there is still some time left. We can find each other on our own. And then what happens? Said the doctor. SCP-001-5. Quiet days, Doctor. Quiet days and peace. This does not sound good. Quiet days and peace. No. That's let's keep them apart. Incident report 001-5-EX. Oh, okay. I thought there was. I wasn't sure more would pop up, or if that was the. Okay. Security mimetic. What sword shall you choose? I guess I don't get to choose a sword. Fine. I don't feel shafted at all. Date. Redacted dash 19 redacted. Location site 128. Coordinates redacted dash redacted. Event type LK localized crisis. K is not how you start crisis traditionally, but that's just traditionally. Description. Event occurred upon the death of SCP-001-5 at 22:12 local time. MTF squads stationed at Site 41, Site 19, and Site 203 were deployed in response. Liquidation protocols for all items within Site 128 were authorized at 22:15. So when you say liquidation, you mean like a fire sale or liquidation like a fire? Either way, they cleared up space. Resultant anomalies. UAP redacted. Self-replicating substance similar in composition to clay. Upon contact with a vertebrate organism, the substance would mold around the host, overriding the host's behavior. Without nearby host, substance would spread along the ground or coalesce into large masses. UAP redacted. 8-winged entity with avian and cephalopodian traits measuring 70 meters in wingspan and 45 meters tall. That's big. Would manifest swarms of entities outwardly similar to crows or ravens, measuring approximately 3 meters in length. I read cows at first. Well, in my head, I saw cows, and that might have been a lot scarier. UAP redacted. A series of 109 great cubahedrons. That's the only pronunciation I'm going to give it. Measuring approximately a meter in width. Air temperature in a radius of 20 meters of the object would rise to over 250 degrees Celsius. Affected areas would immediately cool after exiting the area of effect. Subjects were capable of flight at approximately 25 kilometers an hour. 9 reported Class 3 biological revival scenarios. Widespread civilian reports of spontaneous ritualistic cannibalism. Oh, people just started eating each other. Anomalous weather patterns extending approximately 110 kilometers out from the initial event site. Rainfall contained high amounts of fatal pathogens including Zaire, Ebola virus, Escherichia coli, and variola major. Disappearance of SCP-1348. See document 001.ex. So, ritualistic cannibalism. Okay, but it's not saying that there was murder. So, like, did these people go willingly? Were there, like, bites taken without finishing somebody first? Or I want more information, and I'm worried about the fact that I do. Recovery efforts. Ouroboros protocol initiated at 22:23, completing at 2100 hours. Protocol was carried out at 97% efficiency. Foundation casualties 1350. Holy Juberos. Oberos. I don't know. Ouroboros. Okay, there you go. Items lost 27. Estimated civilian casualties. How many zeros is that? Let's see. 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. There's 100,000 civilian casualties. Oh, that's going to require a lot of amnestics. Incident report 001-12-RC-EX. Date redacted /20 redacted. Location redacted. Islamic Republic of Eastern Samothrace. Event type LK localized crisis. Description. Recovery of SCP-001-12 was engaged at 7:31 local time. Subject was reluctantly cooperative. I mean, in all intensive purposes, they were probably going to be, kidnapped. So, do you really need to say that they were reluctantly kidnapped? I mean, just reluctantly cooperative. Just be happy that they came and they are cooperating. Don't put reluctantly. Let them have some unhappiness that doesn't go on the record. At 7:43, operatives from GOI-03, the Chaos Insurgency, attacked the recovery team. SCP-01-12 was severely injured during the event along with agents redacted and redacted. SCP-001-12 was generally incoherent from this point, displaying signs of glossolalia. The extent of the subject's coherent statement was recorded as follows. They're hungry, you see. Gnaws and bites and claws and crunch, crunch, crunch. Old food is better than no food, see? They're very hungry and keep getting hungrier. And who is they? And who taught this person to talk in movie cliches? Recovery team was attacked a second time at 8:15, resulting in the death of SCP-001-12. Resultant anomalies. UAP-redacted. Semi-amorphous tetrapedal entity measuring approximately 50 meters in height and 200 meters in length. Entity was resistant to conventional weaponry. UAP-redacted. Data expunged. Spontaneous consumptions of individuals by large mass of maggots. Species unknown. Data expunged. Data expunged. Flash flooding consisting of a mixture of 2% chocolate milk, crude oil, chicken broth, and rabbit feces. Oh, I was like, well, you can drink that. You can't drink that. Oh, you can drink this. No, you can't drink that. Why the rabbit feces? That's so... well, I mean, the chicken broth, too, is pretty... It would make more sense to find rabbit feces in flooding than chicken broth. Okay, I'll give it that. Reappearance of SCP-1348. See document 001.ex for notable alterations. Recovery effort. Nuclear deployment of authorized by Board of Overseers at 0817. Ouroboros protocol initiated at 8:46, completing at 7:30. Protocol was carried out at 61 efficiency. Note. Oh wow, that's 61 from what was the last efficiency? 97. So that's a pretty big drop. Notes. The Islamic Republic of Eastern Samothrace has been classified as SCP-1173 on account of reality instability caused by flaws in the operation of Ouroboros Protocol. Foundation casualties 8. Oh, that's a lot better than last time. Estimated chaos insurgency casualties 25. Good, make those numbers count. Estimated civilian casualties. Oh, almost twice as much as last time. So that's not great. Document 001.ex. No! This is why I hate the 001s. Because like this stuff should be extra stuff. Oh, well, it's not too long. Okay, well. We shall continue and endure and get through this as a team member. I said to myself. Test log SCP-001-361. Forward. Due to SCP-001's possible Abrahamic roots and its potent effects on the religion-based anomalies of similar origin, a test to establish if its effects have a wider base was required. SCP-361 was chosen for this test as a low-risk, non-Abrahamic religious object with easily observable effects. Begin log. SCP-001-2 is instructed to introduce a sheep's liver to SCP-364. SCP-364. Welcome to Hara's Cole. It's you. SCP-01-2. So it would seem. SCP-361. Well, if you're calling, that means, oh hell, it's time already. SCP-01-2. Yes. SCP-361. Well, we suppose we should have seen it coming. Traffic has been getting very thin lately. Guess it's time to go on. SCP-1-2. You'll be there with us when everything is in order again. SCP-361. Assuming you'll be able to do it. Well, kid, guess this is goodbye. We know we and your boss didn't always see eye to eye, but we had a good run. Overall, it's been fun. SCP-1-2. You'll be there, I promise. SCP-361. And we don't doubt for a second that you believe that. See you on the other side, kid. Or not. SCP-1-2. Heh. I can't remember the last time anyone called me kid. Connection terminated. Closing statement. Following test 001-361, SCP-361 ceased to function. Any attempts to introduce its usual stimulant to it produce only a sound similar to that of a disconnected dial tone. Man, the problem with these is I always want to look at the other ones, but then I don't want to get mixed up going from place to place. I shall deal with my ignorance. I mean, I've done it this far, for this long. Too long. Way too long. Embarrassingly too long. Ugh. Test log SCP-001-738. Forward. SCP-00 SCP. There's no zeros in this. Why do I keep saying zeros? Stop saying zeros. Starting over. Begin. SCP-738 was chosen for experimentation due to possible thematic links. No physical description of the entity, henceforth as designated SCP-738-4, was provided by SCP-01-3. Begin log. SCP-738-4. Well, look who it is. How the hell have you been? What can I do for you? SCP-1-3. Just a message delivery, Jack. Next time you head back, tell everyone to get ready. The contract is winding down. SCP-738-4. Are you shitting me? No pulling some sort of trickery fuckery? SCP-1-3. Not at all. SCP-738-4. Really? Time for the scrap, eh? Bloody asshole. Fuck it. It's been long enough. You know what? For you, no charge. It's on me this time. Right out of the kindness of my shriveled black heart. SCP-1-3. Well, maybe not so black. SCP-738-4. Laughs, slaps table. You're killing me here. See, that's why I like you. Always got a joke and a smile. Closed log. Closing statement. Contract left by SCP-738-4 read. It's on the house X. SCP-1-3 offered no explanation as to why SCP-738-4 was referred to as Jack. SCP-738 currently displays no anomalous effects when used and has been reclassified as SCP-738-N. Okay, I like these things. These little ones. They're not too bad. Forward. On the redacted 1803, as all four instances of SCP-1295 were leaving the diner, they were addressed by an individual later classified as SCP-1-14. Since the containment procedures for SCP-1295 did not allow for the direct intervention of Foundation personnel in the scenario, the conversation was instead recorded. 1 second here. I will be right back. I just need to close my window because... No, curtain. It's curtain that blocks the light that's glaring on my screen and blinding me. 1 second. Well, not once. I'll be back. Begin log. SCP-1-14. Gentlemen, if I might have a moment of your time. SCP-1295-4. Why, look who's finally here. Boy, do you know how long we've been waiting for you to show up? What took you? SCP-1-14. I apologize. I was only recently made aware of my duties. SCP-1295-1. Don't worry about it, kid. Dwight here is just being an ass. What he meant to say is that it's damn good to finally see you. SCP-1295-2. Hey, not that sitting here wasn't nice, but a man can only eat so many fruit cobblers before he gets tired of them. What kind of fruit cobblers? Because I feel like I could eat strawberry, peach, or any kind of berries for a while without getting tired of them. Apples, I'd get tired of pretty quickly. It's time to get back to business. SCP-1-14. That is indeed what I'm here for. It's time for your side. The time for your ride is... Why did I want it to say side so much? The time for your ride is drawing near. I was tasked with letting you know this and asking you to begin preparations. I was told you would know what to do. SCP-1295-3. That we do, my lad. That we do. I'm not one to brag, but there ain't no one in business that knows better. SCP-1-14. I would like you to remember that we live in different times. This task requires a surgeon's scalpel, not a broadsword. You'll need to be gentle this time around. SCP-1295-1. Blast. I was afraid you'd say that. SCP-1295-4. Don't worry. We'll be as gentle as anyone could ask for. I suspect we'll see you again before all of this is through, my boy. You take care. To SCP-1295-1 through 3. Come on, lads. Time's wasting. We got a lot of stuff to get ready. Right out. End log. Closing statement. All 4 instances of SCP-1295 proceeded to leave the diner. Following their departure, Foundation personnel detained SCP-1-14 and took him into custody without further incident. No instances of SCP-1295 returned to the diner following this conversation or were seen since. Well, at least wherever they are, they're being gentle. Hopefully. Scalpel. Scalpel! Test log SCP-1-1348. Forward. Following the death of SCP-1-5, Site-87's Archaeological Containment Unit underwent a Class DK event. Dimension Shift. What does the K stand for? Because, again, Dimension, D, Shift is not K. I don't know what the second letter means. Vanishing and before becoming inaccessible to the outside access or communication. Following the death of SCP-1-12, Site-87 returned to its previous position. Upon its return, an exploration team was sent to investigate SCP-1348's containment status and discovered the following alterations to its workings. All Foundation personnel present on site at the time of its disappearance were absent, as was their personal gear, technical equipment, and food rations. So wherever they are, they kept their goods and their edible goods with them. 5 new instances of SCP-1348-1 appeared in SCP-1348's inner chamber. Unlike the previous discovered SCP-1348-1-E, these new instances appear to be in perfect health. Said instances were found performing SCP-1348-2. The ritual designated SCP-1348-2 has been altered, likely due to the presence of the aforementioned instances of SCP-1348-1. Performance of the altered SCP-1348-2 by instances of SCP-1348-1 lacks the mimetic effect of its previous incarnation. Since SCP-1348-3's veil was now permanently open, the purpose of altered SCP-1348-2 is currently unclear. I hate all these dashes. That's going to get old fast. The inner chamber designated SCP-1348-3 was significantly altered. The decorations in the chamber, formerly all of Proto-Semitic style, now included designs from a much wider selection of cultures, including Mesoamerican, Proto-Indo-European, and Antarctic. In addition to the designs clearly originating from the much later period than SCP-1348's supposed construction. The veil in the center of SCP-1348-3 has been permanently opened and was found empty, except for a series of Amharic etchings in the inner side of the veil. He had suffered enough, had carried the weight of the world upon his broken back for long enough, and now comes the end to his beauty and to the world. Whatever that end may be, know that he is free, finally slumbering in oblivion's embrace. His requiem will be sang until the unraveling. He deserves that much. And watch the unraveling was like 2 days from now. No traces of radiation were found. Reclassification to Euclid pending. Hold on, I need to stretch. I need to stretch. I'm cramping. Oh, okay. Forward. Due to the relative safety of interacting with SCP-73, testing with SCP-111 has been authorized in the hopes of establishing neutralization of SCP-76. Begin log. SCP-73. Hello, have we met before? SCP-111. No, we haven't. SCP-73. You look like a doctor. SCP-111. School teacher by trade, though that's neither here or there. You've been released from your binding. SCP-73. Is that so? It's been a very long time. SCP-1-11. It has. SCP-73. Well then, easy way to test it, if you would. SCP-73 turns head motioning to his cheek. SCP-111 nods and slaps SCP-73. Action successfully makes contact. No counter action recorded. SCP-73. So it is. Have you spoken to my brother yet? SCP-1-11. No, not yet. SCP-73. When you see him, tell him that I'm sorry. Closed log. Closing statement. SCP-73 currently demonstrates no anomalous properties and has been reclassified as SCP-73-N. Observation is ongoing. Let me just get a drink here. SCP Test Log 1-76. Forward. Due to the success of exposure of SCP-73 to SCP-1-11, the O5 board has granted clearance for testing to be carried out with SCP-76. SCP-1-11 was placed in the primary containment chamber and instructed to wait until 76-2 emerged from 76-1. Begin log. SCP-111 enters SCP-76 containment chamber with instructions to wait until SCP-76-2 manifest. After 36 minutes, SCP-76-2 emerges from SCP-76-1. Upon seeing SCP-1-11, SCP-76-2 was overcome by a fit of hysterical laughter and crying for approximately 30 minutes. SCP-76-2. Has he forgiven me? SCP-1-11. He has. Close log. Closing statement. SCP-76-2 currently demonstrates no anomalous properties or violent behavior and has been reclassified as 76-N. SCP-76-2-N. It has been relocated to a high-security humanoid containment chamber. Document 1-IC-34. Authorized personnel only. You bastards. Okay. Security mimetic. On basalt feet we stood. The following communique originated in the leadership of GOI-16, the Horizon Initiative. The message was found alongside item E-7455 during recovery on redacted 20 redacted. How do you explain to someone that the world is dying and that only they may save it? We have often asked ourselves that question during the 60 or so years that fateful day in Jerusalem, and entertained different notions on what the most effective ways to do so. 50 years ago, we were Elijah, full of bluster and wrath, calling upon our less faithful brothers to rally to the 36's cause, using fear to further our goals. 36 years ago, we were Isaiah, seeking to strengthen our less courageous brothers that, with the conviction that our cause was just, speaking of the greatness of our task, using their newfound confidence to build in order on which our goals could stand. 10 years ago, we were Jeremiah, weeping at the doors of the world's greatest powers, pleading for them to listen. For we now understood that this task was beyond our powers alone. And now we are Jonah, and are lost for words. How do we make you understand what is at stake when the only way you could see is to let everything your organization ever did go for the world of three old men? That is too much to ask even of righteous men, and we're not yet certain you are such. All we can ask is that you will listen. I mean, the Foundations, they're not evil, man. They're just clinical and cold and, uh, I mean, okay, yeah, not being certain is fair. You have seen what the 36 can do. You have seen the way the world unravels around them, making you, but you do not understand why. You see them just as another entry in your great book of diseases, a threat to the wholeness of the body you keep, the world. It is not so. The items and the phenomena that you keep hidden from the world are not diseases. They are symptoms, and you are not keeping the world healthy by masking them when the underlying condition is ignored. The problem is that this condition is chronic. The world is simply old, and the 36, they make it young again. For them to be able to do so, you will be required to make the ultimate sacrifice. You must relinquish your identity. You are made to secure, and we are asking you to trust in the unproven. You are made to contain, and we are asking you to release. You are made to protect, and we are asking that you leave the world vulnerable. It is an impossible request, this we know, but you must fulfill it if there is to be any hope for us. Release the 36. Let them come together. Let them do what needs to be done, and we shall follow. Help three old men make the world young again. Don't let it die. Oh, This is pretty sweet. I don't know. I like this one. Okay, so for something a little bit different,